The question today is on the proper storage of firearms. Is there a law in Georgia that requires you to store your firearms in a certain fashion? Well, the answer is no. There is no definitive statute that requires you to store your pistols, revolvers, rifles, or shotguns in any specific manner. There are, however, criminal and civil penalties that may be imposed if you fail to store your firearm properly and someone is injured because of that. Consider that if you have a child in the home and that child were to negligently be found in possession of a firearm, let's say that child hurts someone else with the firearm. If you intentionally, knowingly, or even recklessly furnish a pistol or a revolver to a minor, that's a felony in Georgia. You can be fined up to $5,000 and go to jail from anywhere from 3 to 5 years. Now that's recklessly furnishing a pistol or revolver. And by recklessly, that could very well mean not properly storing your firearm so that the juvenile or the minor gains access to it and injures someone with it negligently or even maliciously. Consider if it's not a pistol or a revolver, say a shotgun or a rifle, you could still be found in violation of the law. There is a misdemeanor charge in Georgia known as reckless conduct. When you endanger another person by consciously disregarding a substantial risk that any omission you have made would cause them harm. And by an omission here, we're talking about not properly storing your firearm. So if you endanger someone by failing to properly store your firearm, and your failure constitutes a gross deviation from the normal standard of care, then you could be found guilty of misdemeanor reckless conduct. Not only that, there are civil penalties involved as well, or that could be involved. If you store your firearm improperly and someone is injured, that person or that person's family could sue you for negligence, loss of affection, any number of civil penalties, civil torts that might find you or your child or the person who obtained the firearm liable under the civil system. In other words, there is no definitive law in Georgia that requires you to store a firearm in a certain fashion, but there are laws that penalize you criminally and civilly if you fail to properly store a firearm and your failure results in injury or potentially even death to another person.